Well, hey Aries, how about a reading from your metal dog? It is the weekend we do cardinal signs, and that is you, my friend. So let's just see what you are up to with your emperor selves. And the question for this month is about what's happening with Mars and Venus traveling together conjunct, and they're having the third conversation. That Venus has had two conversations with Pluto as she went retrograde and then came back. And now she has joined up with Mars. They've moved into Aquarius. You might be feeling a little bit less like you have to be so good and a little bit more like you need to be so free. And Pluto is just going to majorly revise your love life or your gender, your idea of who you are, of how masculine and feminine are, manifesting in you. But it could also be about your relationship. So we're calling this reading this month the Lover's Tarot. And the lovers are Mars and Venus. Those two personal planets that they travel together occasionally. Venus is a lot faster than Mars, so she's going to go on and she sort of looks at things first, and then Mars will join up with her. I don't know when again. So looking at the underlying energy, we have here an Ace of Materials, which is an Ace of Pentacles. It's a very earthy energy. It's a new beginning in the 3D. It's like you're starting something new. And what I do see, she does have a wand, which is your sign of fire, but we can see the stones around the edge, and it makes me think about the earth is slowest, the pentacles or the materials here. And so I kind of see you following a path one step at a time here. It's a new beginning. Yeah, it's a beautiful new beginning. It's very earthy, very healthy looking, and yeah, she looks really serene, but a little bit maybe sad too, to me. I don't know. What does that face look like to you? Her eyes are closed, her mouth is closed. It could be just grounded and focused, like meditation. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Emotions. She is the emotionally mature queen. She is good at talking about her feelings. She's a good communicator. It's a fantastic card. You can see there's somebody walking on the ocean, and under the surface there's all of this emotion. So this is what you're looking, your pentacle is looking at. This is what it looks like on the table. She's closing her eyes. It looks like some kind of emotional awakening to me. And that is it. I think. There's more emotions on the bottom. A muse of emotions. There is some been there, done that, not too thrilled energy. And there is a Nine of Wands. This is your sign, Wands. Nine of Wands is very usually about somebody that is tired from struggle. This looks much more, this is a fantastic image. It provokes me to think about a long journey through sand dunes. That would be that struggle. Walking on sand, coming a long way. You can see the path that she has, goes all the way back here. She's come through these really cool, strange columns. And here she is arriving after a long journey. So that is a card of having put in hours, passion, really traveled far recently. Yeah. We will see what else. So when in this reading, this overarching energy here, I'm taking in as like what Pluto wants to teach you as the lovers travel together. As they encounter Pluto, you're also being transformed in your emotional life. That is clear here. It looks like being, it looks like you're in two minds in a way, between this really grounded, almost sad blue energy and this inspired energy. But what everything has in common is that you've traveled very far, you've come a long way. And it's almost time to rest. We also have the sun in Pisces, and Neptune is at home in Pisces right now as well. And so there's a lot of emotion here, and this is actually what this is bringing up for me, more than Pluto. So perhaps this is about what the Pisces season has in store for you, Aries. All right, let us pull some cards. We're going to pull a card from Mars, who rules your sign, Aries, as well as Scorpio, my sign. But Pluto now rules Scorpio, and so you have Mars to yourself, my dear Aries. Let's ask, what does Mars want to tell you? What does Venus have to tell you? What does the tarot have to tell you? And a little advice for this season. Okay, cut this here deck. See what the Brady Tarot has to say. I felt strongly that you wanted to use this deck, Aries. Okay. So what Aries wants to tell you. The Son of Feathers. It's a Knight of Fire, a Knight of Wands. It's very, very Mars energy. Quick moving, passionate, active. It's this white raven who's kind of emerging. It looks like a transformation here. See, he's white, and he's kind of seems like he's coming out of that all shiny and black again, which makes me think of what I said before about finally leaving Capricorn and feeling like, I don't care, I'm tired of being good, I'm ready to have fun. Okay, Venus wants you to think about power. The Seven of Feathers, which is also Wands in this deck. So the Seven of Wands is about, you can see these two buffalo are battling it out here. This is very you, Aries. So Venus is talking to you about your urge to fight, your integrity, resistance. It's like power is coming up for you right now. They seem to kind of be both having a similar energy. The tarot wants you to know about a Two of Cups union. This is this can be about justice. It can be about a new soul connection, a new friend, a new soulmate, love. But it's equal, and it's young, it's new. And it's like looking in the mirror when you look at this person, or when you enter this scene, this community, which would be about justice. You feel like you see yourself in these people, in this cause or whatever. So we will clarify that further. Advice for you as you go through this is a Nine of Arrows, anguish. So this has to do with your anxiety, perhaps some insomnia. So there's going to be some advice as you go through this. It does look quite exciting, and there's all these twos. It's very transformative and exciting. and emotional here. So it can bring up some anxiety for sure. On the bottom of the deck, we get 2 cards. So this might be something that you're feeling. Even you feel all this motivation, all this fire, all this passion, this kind of fighter, this I'm done being good, I'm going to be myself kind of thing. And then, so it makes sense that you might have some fear of being left out come up. This is the 5 of Pentacles, scarcity here, anxiety about if you're yourself, you might get left out. And then we have the Son of Roots, who's a little mole down in the earth, in the roots. And the Son of Roots is the Son of Pentacles, the Slowpoke Knight of Pentacles. So there's some kind of, which is a very different energy from what Mars is bringing in for you, which is quick and passionate and full of willpower and authenticity. I'm reading here. Yeah, there's your fears here, your fears, and you're going it slow. And the Son of Roots brings up the areas that you might have a need to have a plan, like to kind of predict what's going to happen, and because the Son of Roots is very responsible, and that's why he takes a long time, because he does things right. Okay, all right. Well, let's clarify this. This is still pretty vague to me, so let's see if we can get a little bit more into your energy, Aries, and see what Mars, Venus, and the Tarot are trying to tell you about this new emotional beginning. I almost didn't pull these other cards from the bottom of the deck, the Muse of Emotions, here, because I felt like I might skip them, but we'll see. I mean, they're very beautiful, interesting cards. We can see the Muse of Emotions is kind of looking in both directions, but it makes me think of this 2 of Cups here. And so sometimes this can be about meeting yourself in a 2 of Cups, so that you see yourself in the mirror, not you're not meeting another person. You're looking at your own stuff here, and so there's a little bit of dissatisfaction here. Of 4 Cups is, I'm not that excited. Look I've drank from those cups and blah blah, but look, you're sitting in this magnificent cup that is full of divine light, so you're not seeing that. It's a good reason to look. Oh, and you probably saw this, but then there's 2 faces that are making this cup. Speaking again of this theme of mirroring that is coming up, of looking at yourself, Aries. Looking at yourself in the mirror. It's coming up in multiple ways here. And then you have a little bit, it's making me think about this 9 of inspiration, that she has come so far. She's accomplished a lot. This is important to her. You're tired. You're not impressed. It's been a long trudge. And I always think of the 9 of inspiration as being a state of wisdom. This is a little bit coming into me as a feeling of, look at me, and I'm not really getting recognized yet. There's a dissatisfaction in your reading, my dear Aries. But let's see. Let's clarify. I'm going to try clarifying here with the tarot, with the dark tarot. So let's see here. I'm not sure. It's a harder deck for me to read. Okay. Sorry, I just got a text. All right. Okay. So Mars wants you to think about this very transformative move from being good to being you. Fire is your energy, Aries. Coming out all shiny and black. Yeah. Coming out. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, the Hermit. A little Virgo energy. Again, looking in the mirror. Look at that. So the Hermit, this is a very exciting Hermit. The Hermit is about going inward and looking at your own light, looking at your internal wisdom. I can see that you have wisdom because you have traveled far. And come on, doggy, go on your bed. On your bed. Thank you. Yeah, so that's one thing that Mars is thinking about. We also have the Moon. I caught this. Okay. Yeah. Mars has some inner work for you to do, and that's key to this transformation. Oh, we're being very silly and rowdy. Oh, look at you. Somebody's feeling this. I'm tired of being good. See, there's the Moon. So the Moon journey. Yeah, and this is something that you don't know. There, it looks like some inner work that you're being invited to do here, Aries. Thirdly, King of Chalice is the King of Cup. It's a bit much, you know. I don't really understand the kings in this deck, but let's read the card and read the imagery, because the King of Cups, right? Mars is, it's been clear in reading. I did a general tarot collective reading on the Lover's Tarot. Like, it's clear that a part of this encounter with Pluto for the masculine in us, we all have both masculine and feminine qualities. That what's happening is that Venus is becoming more integrated. She doesn't need an outside masculine. Mars is being invited also to do that. And so when we get this King of Cups, it's really about a king that's emotionally... My goodness. It's really cute when that happens. Crazy dog. Okay, what am I saying? Yeah, this is about this emerging... It's a moon journey because the white bird is becoming black. Facing your darkness here is what's coming in for me. And really finding that with the Hermit, it tells me that in your darkness, in your feminine side, there is, it can be scary, like it feels like this monster. But that in fact, there is all of this beautiful light and wisdom here. And in a way that this culture is, I think I showed that to you upside down. Oh, I didn't. Okay. I'm confused. Okay, there it is. There it is right side up. See all this light? This is what the Hermit is about, is that you look inward, you study yourself, you change, perhaps you do some kind of inner work. That's what the moon journey is about. And you can see all of that light of the moon, and that our culture is pretty afraid of dark and has othered it. It sees it as monstrous. All the things under the earth, all the things at night, all the people who are brown. Historically, all of these have been seen as scary, as contrary to goodness. And yet here we are at this moment culturally, and I see in your reading all of this looking in the mirror. I even see it here. I even see that when you look in the mirror, this is from Venus, you see an adversary. You're in an adversarial relationship with yourself. What's happening in the sky? There's like a fantastic thunderstorm happening up here in the sky. You know, this is a mirroring. Yeah. So let's see. What does Venus want to tell you about this? Right on, Aries. This is starting to turn into a really interesting reading. I might not have finished a thought. We're going to just guess I did, and if I didn't, wasn't meant to be said. Some sort of generalization about our culture. All right, so Venus with this power card, the first of these two buffalo fighting out here. We get, going to work. 8 of Pentacles. This deck's the best. I'm so glad I used this deck for you, Aries. 8 of Pentacles. It's going to work. And this person's job appears to be, she's a snake charmer. There's a big snake. She's not afraid. She's very skillful. There's a snake behind her, a snake right there. She has power indeed to charm the snake. So she's not afraid of the darkness. This whole deck is not afraid of darkness, of monsters and snakes and the creepy crawlies. You're looking in the mirror at that aspect of yourself. That's what I think is happening. You get another one of these, this King of Pentacles. So we have these monster kings. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really looking at that image. And then the Chariot. Oh, there's some more fire. There's some momentum. There's some action. Yeah, so I see this very powerful woman, and she's facing off various monsters. The Chariot is all about, you've been stuck and now you're ready to go. And this is so clearly coming through here, Aries, with the Son of Feathers. Right? There's all this action, there's all this authenticity, there's all of this emerging as yourself. You're comfortable with perhaps something that you have disavowed as you see yourself in the mirror. Venus agrees with Mars on this. Mars is advocating that you do some kind of work on and looking inward, and Venus is really looking at your power already. Like, this is you, you're very powerful. This is a card of Cancer, another cardinal sign. You're having some really great rowdy romps with your King of Pentacles, or you are this King of Pentacles. And it's funny because the King of Pentacles is very much like a boring king. He's not boring in this deck. You're snake charming. Venus has already come into her power through her encounter with Pluto. Mars is still working through some stuff. So this tells me that the feminine has really come into her own, and now there needs to be a look at the masculine, and that's a part of your work, Aries. Whether you're a man or woman or third gender, two-spirit, non-binary, you have a masculine aspect that needs to be revised, and it's a revision towards the cups. So this is the King of Cups. You've got the Queen of Cups right here. Remember this amazing magic underneath the surface and the emotions. This is very much making me think of a moon journey. There's just so much happening below the surface. All right. Yeah. The feminine is quite powerful right now. It's Mars who's like, am I going to get kicked out if I'm myself? It's all in the Son of Roots here. I'm talking about this card when I say that. Am I going to get kicked out? Am I going to be hungry? Am I going to have enough? Basic survival instincts are probably coming up for the masculine here in you or in your life. It feels like this is very much just about you, Aries. I don't see another person. I just see you really looking at yourself. Venus is tired. She's resting here deep in her little burrow. The Sun of Roots, the Slowpoke Knight. She's very comfortable with her methodology, is what that tells me. And Mars, not yet. Okay, Tarot wants you to know, mirroring again, justice, this union, this Two of Cups. It could be a love connection. It could be a larger mirroring. It could be just you and you. I'm getting you and you in this reading. Let's see. We get the Five of Pentacles. This is what you have twice. Five of Pentacles. And you can see this person is kind of huddled up here in the shadows. There's all that light coming through here to receive, but you're keeping yourself out of the light, out of belonging, out of abundance when you're in a Five of Pentacles place. Ace of Pentacles. This is your this is Ace of Pentacles, and so the Tarot wants you to consider this new adventure on Earth, this very real 3D beginning. It can be a new job, a new home. Yeah, it's hard to buy a home right now. So like a little bit I'm thinking it's telling you that you're getting that. It's the new job, the new home, if that's a thing. And so just trust. Just trust your community, right? Because union speaks, it's telling you about mirroring, but it's also a justice community and this light. There's some place that you're not yet looking to find what you want. This Ace of Pentacles, this job, home, real thing that you want, but you're feeling like you can't get. And, the Nine of Swords, which is also your advice. So, we'll talk about that again. The Nine of Arrows. So the Nine of Swords is anxiety. This is very exciting. I feel her getting the truth brought to her by this incredible angel. That's awesome. Yeah, so the Nine of Swords, it's like typically it means you're not sleeping, you're anxious. But here we see her kind of like it's so bright, this truth, this being coming in the night here. Whatever you need to know, there's something coming in for you to get you out of this feeling dissatisfied outside. I say you're dissatisfied because we have the Four of Emotions. There's a lot of power, but there is something coming in that you want. It's very bright. It's a little bit hard to look at this truth. There's an Ace of Pentacles, but then there's also this Nine of Swords is a bringing in of truth here. Yeah. No wonder you're having trouble sleeping. Okay. And this is the same card. This is your advice. We see of anguish. We see the bald eagle in the nest, and this was why they were endangered. Their eggs were breaking before their young could be born. So it's a very, almost like a 10, this anguish card. So the Knight of Pentacles was here, the Sun of Roots. So there's something about something happening too soon. Well, let's look. Let's look further here. It's a little bit, this is a difficult reading in general because I got all these voices here. There seems to be this Neptunian voice more than Pluto. But then we see Mars going on this moon journey and Venus feeling quite powerful and integrated. And then we have the tarot telling you that your idea that you're left out, that you're not going to have a home, is about like turning to the light. And the reason why you're having trouble turning to the light that's in you, it's a truth, is something to do with what Mars is looking at, which is in the mirror, at his darkness, his feminine side, the moon journey. And that's why you're not able to see that what you want is right there, because you haven't, it's hard for you to look at it, right? She's having trouble looking at it, at this truth. So some truth that you need to know, causing you anguish. So the cards are going to give you some advice about how to handle this anguish, if that is what you're feeling, or insomnia, or anxiety. You know what you're feeling, Aries. The wheel, things are going to turn in your favor. I see this here in that when I was talking about it's difficult to buy a home or find a home right now. It looks like that's turning in your favor and it's stressing you out. So with that, you get the Slowpoke Knight again. It's just going to take time. It's going to take dedication. The Knight of Pentacles. We can see there's a dragon. Lots of light around this fantastic knight. She's on a Pegasus, which looks very tired. There's some exhaustion in your reading here. And then there's a dragon. And she's using lightning to battle this. Again, it's the dark and the light, the mirroring here, the yin and yang, masculine and feminine here. But it's very much about taking your time, taking all the steps, even if it's tired and you're frustrated and impatient, you want it sooner. The Son of Roots, or the Knight of Pentacles, is here twice. There's definitely some divine timing in play because you get the wheel, which turns in divine time and never as fast as we're ready for it to turn. But it's good news that you get that. And then we get, there's an Ace of Cups. It's a new emotional beginning. It's, again, a divine gift. It's emotional satisfaction, a new start. There's new start stuff here. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. It makes me think here about, I'm so over it, but I don't realize I'm sitting in this cup. Yeah, the advice is actually almost like a prediction of the future, that things are going to work out for you. Things look good ahead. It looks slower than you want. There's Mars and Venus are kind of, Venus is tired, Mars is busy. So there's work that you're doing on your, to prepare yourself. Yeah. Why do I think that you have some work to do? There's these fives, this Five of Pentacles. The Hermit, it's an inward journey, the moon journey. That's why I think that you have some work to do on your sense of the masculine. I relate to this. I recently just decided to never talk about the masculine because I taught a class on masculinity, and my intention in the class was to talk about toxic masculinity, but also to look at some alternative models of masculinity from outside of the West. And it seemed like historians weren't able to write about anything other than violence and competition and just a bunch of stupid stuff that I'm just so over. And like, even in my gender presentation where there is a lot of power and masculinity, I just didn't want it to be a part of masculinity at all. I wanted it to come up with a third way of being, which I did, the virago, which is an old-timey word for a masculine woman. But vir is a root of green, things green, and also of power. It means power. Virtue is a power. And so I was looking for a way of expressing this aspect, this masculinity, where I didn't use that word and it didn't have anything to do with men and didn't have anything to do with my culture. I've moved on from that, but it looks like Mars here is doing some of that work. You are doing some of that work with your masculine nature. And good. It's a good time for us to do that because we do have a problem of the toxic form that masculinity takes now. And if you're inclined in these kind of ways towards aggression, towards just being a dick, it's good to look in the mirror and do some work, this moon journey. There's lots of looking in the mirror at yourself in this reading. So if you need to do that, if it's hard to do that, the cards say you need to. You need to see outside of your limited worldview and see all of this magic, all this bigness, all the more important things than just your little dissatisfactions. Yeah. Those are my thoughts, Aries. I hope this helps. Have a beautiful day.